usually just what's it called? In the description, I put the link of their channel, I put the name, and I put how many subs they have or followers, depending on whatever platform they're on. And then on top of that, most of the time, actually, instead of people following me, they go over and follow my friends, and I have no problem with that because, well, I'm happy for my friends growing, but like, and then there's also people that when you're doing giveaways or whatever, I actually do quite a lot of giveaways sometimes because, well, I just need to empty out my inventory sometimes. And so I'll go ahead and I'll be like, if you want, you could follow, you could, and then come in here and then whatever, I'll give you your stuff. You don't have to, but you can. And then they'll go ahead do that, and then right after, they're wasting their own time going and unsubbing. Like, I was at 96, I believe, yesterday, and it went back to 79 because that many people unfollowed. They wasted their own time just on follow. Like, all they had to do, I get it if you don't want to watch my channel or whatever, but you're gonna go through all the work of going back and unfollowing. Like, if you already followed, there's no point in unfollowing. I may not like the streamer or whatever, but if I don't, then yeah, I'll unfollow. But like, unless I did something that you dislike and didn't bring it up, there's no point in unsubscribing or leaving the channel for a while until you do something that they like. People aren't going to come into my channel doing
No
this
unknown,
sort of
I don't
things.
think I really need anything else. I think I'm good. Right now, I'm just gonna build up my rocket count, get about 1,000 rockets by the wave 15. By the time wave 15 hits, I should have all my rockets that I need. I always waste my rockets on the pop shots and everything, and they just burn up quick.
Oh yeah, how do I get Canny as a Storm King? Because I have access for some reason to Twine Storm King. I just can't do it because I'm too low of a level, like
You
power
can't
level.
do Canny Storm King until after you finish the storyline.
Oh, until after I finish Canny.
Yeah,
Okay,
you need to
yeah,
get
kinda
to Canny
figured.
and unlock it.
Then how come
That's
I
why
could do
it's-
MSK? Like I have
Because
access to it.
MSK, because you did the weekly Kingsme.
Yeah.
When you did Kingsme, it's different because you are power level. Let's see, you're power level 22. You did the Kingsme. It came out to anybody, but you also did Twine SSD 1 through 6. Did you not?
What? I did Twine 1 through 7.
6. Well, okay, 1 through 7. Well, you have to have Twine SSD 1 through 6 and do Kingsme to unlock the Mythic Storm King.
Oh.
The Canny Storm King is the Canny Storm King for a reason, because he's the campaign Storm King.
Oh. Okay.
You have before you can take him on and complete the game and get you've defeated the boss, or you defeated the king or whatever. You have to finish out the storyline. The last quest.
Why does it say I'm level 22? Because I'm like level 75 or something.
Because we're in Stonewood, it drops everybody's power level down to, because we're in endurance.
Oh yeah. I don't know. I haven't done it.
It drops everybody down.
Okay, are you helping other people? I need help. Storm, Shield Defense 9, and Flanker 10. Not at the present moment, my guy.
I have already mentioned it multiple times. I've been saying it many times. I've been not offering any mission help to anybody.
Yeah, I've been doing it.
That,
I did it all of today, but that's about it.
And again, I was saying, well, another reason I just need to pick up all this ammo until I'm maxed out on ammo.
Here, I should probably go drop some ammo on my SSD. I need to drop stuff that I don't need. I've got way too many Fabrius herbs. Like,
no, it's just that I'm at that point where it's just like I really want to finish Guardian Angel. I just noticed that Swags, also known as Sunbeam, he's caught up to me almost. He's like only 100 survivors behind me. He was nearly 400 behind.
Yeah, he said it was
him.
funny the other day. He said he was like, I'm trying to compete with Ryu, trying to
chat?
yeah, no, the other day, me and him, I was streaming and he came into my stream. He was like, and we were playing together because he was helping me with pre-quests for MSK so I could finish that or whatever. And then he was like, don't tell Don't tell Wolves I'm actually trying to compete with him right now to beat him. I'm like, with what? And he's like, a collection book or something. I was like, I didn't know what he meant. I was like, oh, it was funny. And he's like, don't tell him, don't tell him. I just found it funny.
And then again, you just told me.
Yep. Hey man, support me, I support you. Frozen, whoa.
He's currently about 100 behind me at the moment.
Oh, you guys are with survivors, like...
He's at 8,300 something at the moment.
Oh, nice.
I'm at 8,472.
Frozen, if
he's not gonna beat me. I've already calculated that he's gonna be really, if he tries to check me on a leaderboard system, or if he tries to look me up on Fortnite DB, he's gonna be sad when he looks at it on Wednesday.
Oh yeah, my friend said he wants you to look at his stats on whatever that thing is.
Right now, the only reason that I postponed grinding out survivors is because I was working on the venture stuff, and I decided to say fuck it to survivors. When I was there, I want to get everything done for ventures and just grind that out.
I need to do ventures.
And
I haven't.
That was why I was postponing the survivor thing, because I already know that I'm gonna get more survivors than swags. Right now, I'm waiting because I think this week, I don't know if I'm gonna do it this week or what I'm gonna do for it, but what I was gonna do is I was gonna just jump on, and I was just gonna grind out rescue survivor missions for 10 straight hours. I'm just gonna go into like Stonewood or whatever, I'm gonna go into Twine and just do the 140 or 160 plus rescue survivor missions.
Yeah.
Just sit there until I get as many as done as possible, because by the time I finish it, I'm gonna have anywhere between I should have something in a ballpark of about 180 million. I should have like something like anywhere between 100 and 200 million survivor XP by the time I'm done with all of my survivors.
Can you look up this username on that leaderboard thingy?
Another wave coming soon.
Under what?
No, where you could check all the stats. My friend said he wanted you to look at the stats of him.
Well, it won't tell me what place he's in for something, but I can see what
Yeah, you said like what achievements or whatever he got.
Yeah. Hold on.
Let me find this thing. He's been. How many login days did you say you had again?
I think I'm at 372.
372?
I think so. Alright, I'm on the site. What's the name? I'm on, actually,
okay.
380 I'm at right now.
Okay, so it's tomato.
You're gonna just type it in just type it in chat.
Oh, okay.
Probably easier.
I think it might be 6'8". I think it's 6'8". Here, let me check. Yeah, it's 6'8", not 6'9". 6'8".
No name by that.
No name by that.
Yep.
Spelled wrong. Most likely he's.
Let me type it in again. Let me try again. Okay, I got it that time. I forgot the A. Alright,
okay.
He is 132.95. He's got venture level maxed out. Looks like he's missing one bonus for his fire team alpha, missing another one for his corpse engineering, missed another one for EMT squad. He's got another one missing for scouting party for the bonuses.
Resources.
Wow. So he's got all the achievements done. 10,000 Guardian Angel.
Yeah, I think that's what he wanted to look at. Because I told him about you trying to get all his missions done, and he said he had them all done. Because he has like 1,100 login days. He was
yeah, he's got 1,171.
Yeah, he said he started when the game was
What?
first released.
Way.
What?
Hey, I gotta double check. God damn. That's the second person who started right on the same day I started and exactly around the same time. Oh, dude, I'm so happy that's not exactly exact, because then that would have been so fucking sick.
What?
Well, there's another person who I've recently played with. His name was like Minister Death, and on his channel, he started the same day, same month, same year, same time. He and I, our time was like, he started at 1832.51. So on the clock, 18. His was 18. His was 1826.51, where mine was 1832.51, and our time was literally 6 minutes apart from one another, and our day and our month and our year was the same. So, in other words, he and I, we started practically 6 minutes. He started, basically, he got Fortnite 6 minutes before I did,
Another
on that
wave
exact
coming
time.
soon. Prepare for an attack
And
from the
your
west.
friend that you have right here,
Mm-hmm.
he happens to be same day, same month, same year. But when I'm well, or excuse me, that would be mine. So 12. Oh wait a minute, hold on a second. Oh, I'm looking at the wrong account here. My bad. I'm looking at my real wolves. I was like, wait a minute, something doesn't look right. It's like that's not correct. X dash dragonfire dash. Okay, now let me do it. I was looking at the wrong. I was looking at my date started. I have to go back to my very first date. So, whoa. Okay. Maybe not exactly perfect, but close. So close. He and I would have started the same exact date. That would have been very close then. It was close. Like really scary close. He's probably the third person now, third or fourth person that I've actually
Dude,
seen.
Tomato.
That's
Or...
almost. Yeah, Tomato. He's probably the third profile that I've checked that has the same exact date as me.
Mm.
And I mean, and this one is a lot closer than I thought. When I started my account, my very first ever account for Save the World on 2018, March of 2019. He started his account on March 29th, 2018. He started his time at 11:18:23. So technically 1100 hours, 28 or 18 minutes and 23 seconds. I started mine on 1100 hours, 27 minutes. See how close that is?
Yeah.
9 minutes. 9 minutes apart. He started just 9 minutes before I did. So that's insane. And what's even more scarier is that I met somebody, like a different player, who I had to look up. He actually started the game 6 seconds. 6 seconds off of my time.
Really?
I was like, dude, I've never met a player that got the same date, time, and second, almost. I was just like, wow, that's incredible. Having just mere seconds off of my actual time, that's impressive. I would have never guessed that somebody would have started.
Why is there things not in the zone?
I don't know where these guys went, but they're not dying. Wait, where are they going? Where'd they actually go? They came all the way up that hill. Man, they ignored all my tunnels. They just went all the way around the map. That's really weird.
You enjoy that anomaly slurping down your life force, rookie? I didn't think so.
So, yeah, no, I just...
Yeah. Because I want to get you and Tomato into the same party because, well, I think it'd just be cool to get both of you in the same party because you guys play sort of the same.
We have a break in the action.
He doesn't think is that much into it the way you do, but
Prepare for an attack from
He
the
doesn't
west.
what?
he doesn't think into the game as far as you do, but He plays around.
What do you mean think? Like, what do you mean by think?
So basically, what I'm saying is like, for you, you like calculate every last bit of whatever you're doing. Him, he just looks at the challenge. He's like, okay, I gotta do this. He does it, and that's it. You calculate like every last aspect of whatever you are doing, or of whatever challenge. And you calculate how many games, how many hours, what you're gonna do. Like,
That's because I'm a with money and mathematics. I do things with like basically I wanted to go to college for business and marketing, business administrations, which basically falls under I wanted to do stuff with finances.
yeah. No,
And so for that being said, I need you to help me kill this little fool. Escapes. Okay, maybe I can just pickaxe him. Fine. Alright. So anyways, yeah, no, I the reason it just kind of shows I like budgeting. That's my favorite subject to be on, is just budgets. So all I do is just financially budget. And whenever I play video games like this, it's
how
fun.
the hell is your PC
love,
budgeting?
what do you mean by that?
Because you said you like budgeting. I said, how the hell is your PC anything close to budgeting? Cause you got a Core i9 with a 2080 Ti. Did you pre-order
2080
the
Ti?
Yeah. Or did you pre-order the 3090?
No, I just got done spoke to Anna about it. She and I both agreed that we don't necessarily need to get it right now. I mean, we have the best that we have right now, and nobody's probably going to want our 2080 Ti. In the terms of, we're not going to get we're not going to be able to trade it in for anything that's worth what it was. I mean, nearly $1,500 when it first came out, and when we first got it, it was like I think we got it a year or so, or maybe can't remember exactly. I just know that when we did get it, I got it before Tfue and Ninja made the switch to that to get that graphic card.
Yeah.
So I definitely got it before they did, but which then I thought I had a more powerful computer than Ninja did at that point, in terms of just because I have like a 1600 watt power supply, a little too much for what I needed, but it does the job. And I know that you don't necessarily need that kind of stuff. I even brought that up with her, and she said, well, we went with a pretty high excessive one, probably didn't need it, but thing is that at least with it being as powerful as it is, you know, it does a lot of the heavy duty stuff. But the one thing we are trying to do is get to build one more computer. It's going to be to do the streaming part, not the gaming. My tower is taking the beating right now because it's doing all the streaming and gaming. And most streamers don't game and stream with the same tower. They use a streaming tower and a gaming tower. And I'm using it for both. And that's why we went heavy duty with all the stuff in it. So that it could be capable of withstanding all that. Because it usually gets really fucking hot in here. And I say hot in here, it's like 70 degrees in my house, and it feels like 90 in here. Because there's so much pressure being pushed out of that fan that it heats up this room like an oven. So that's why when I'm usually telling people, it's like it's just like, you know, it's difficult because in the beginning my fans were pushing out so much heat that within it was recognizable during the summertime or during the winter. During the winter time, you could go outside or you'd leave my room and the rest of the house would feel like it's like 40 degrees in the basement or 50 or 60 degrees in the basement. It would feel like it. But you would enter my room, it would feel like you're at the beach, like in like Florida or something.
Yeah.
It was just hitting you in the face with a heat wave, and you're just like, how the hell is it that hot? And so and Anna, when she came over, she's like, I'll be upstairs. She likes it cold. She doesn't like it that warm, and when it's that hot, it's like, nope, I'm going upstairs. It's like,
go
enjoy.
to Twitch and search up his name.
Huh?
Nothing. I was talking to someone on stream.
So
I usually stream late, right? I don't stream.
Can people hear me?
Yeah, people can hear you, so they hear
Okay.
everything you're saying.
I just didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't mind.
I have it set to that just because I don't have to worry about it, and then if somebody doesn't want me hearing it, I can just mute that easily. It's quicker to change the setting to take it out for other people to hear than to take it, to put it to where they can hear you.
I remember the first time somebody had asked me to build them their first ever endurance for Stonewood. I tried to build mine almost like a replica, but a little bit different. I overdid it on theirs. I buffed theirs out to a point that it was too OP that I thought maybe I would have to cover and like help them out. I basically didn't need to do anything. In fact, when they spawned, they were spawning like in my home base. They usually spawn on D down here, and they usually attack multiple times on D throughout my entire fight. So I overbuilt his base to prepare for that, thinking his was built like mine, and I found out that his attack, he had so many damn attacks on his west of his main home base. I think he had something like close to 6 or 7 or 8 attacks just up here, and several just down on that one. He never once got any attacks on his far D one, nor did he have that many right up in the middle. All his attacks were on the back, and all the way at the bottom. I was like, you only got hit on your main home base up top here, got hit 3 times to the right, once or twice to that side. Never really had any times going that way, and the rest of them are all on the other 3. The only one that never got really damaged was this one in the middle. It only saw a fight like maybe 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
So 2 or 3 times out of 8 times, that's insane, because I have on mine, usually they attack the center one about 8 times, and usually I lose all my traps by the time they on the 8th wave. But I've done a lot of building, and at the end of the day, I could build one ultimate tunnel that could stop everything in the game. But again, every single time I think about building these, like my signature design or building whatever, I always feel like, why not just go OP? Why not just build a all-out badass base?
That's what I do with
remember,
everything. What's up, Mufasa?
I feel like
We have a break in the action.
No, you could keep
Oh
talking.
yeah.
I was just saying, I just say hi. If I say hi, then
Prepare
keep
for an
talking.
attack from the west.
So it's just like whenever I'm building my bases, I always deck them out, because I always try to feel like if I can waste all the traps that I got, then it's good, because then that way if I ever get more from Stonewood, Plankerton, and Canny, whatever levels I have hundreds of hundreds. Like right now, if you don't see as to why my Twine isn't fully finished for Endurance yet, it's because I don't have enough Twine Endurance resources. I have enough from Stonewood and Plankerton, because I have, like, I think right now on me, I'm carrying right now 1,000, 2,000, 2,242 char black mineral powder, and out of all of my traps that I have in here are all basically 3-star or 4-star or 5, whatever the hell they are. So if I was to rip down every base that I own, I would probably have a backpack of about 500 something.
Wait, what is your backpack space right now?
I've got 240 right now. And if I go to my storage, I'm currently sitting in storage space 83 out of 160 at the moment.
Jesus Christ.
But if I go to my traps that are inside the storage, and I have, right now, I have 136, a full stack of 136, 200, so a full stack of 136 healing pads, a full 136, 96 sound walls. I have a stack of 130 electricity field. I have a full stack 130 god roll of a 200 gas traps. I have 130 sound wall stack, and I have 106 a full stack of that for gas trap.
I have 144 full stack of anti-air traps, full god roll. All my traps are full god roll. 2 full stacks of 144 broadsides. 4 stacks of 144 ceiling drops. 3 off of 2 stacks of 144 ceiling electric fields. A stack of ceiling gas traps with 49 extra. and then 2 stacks of 144 flame girls, 4 stacks of floor freeze traps, around a stack and like 178 flow launchers, around a stack and 170-ish healing pads because they're split up some weird way. A stack and 190 sound walls, 6 tar pits, 83 wall darts, 2 stacks of wall lights, 3 stacks of 136 electric fields. All the ones I said before I said the 136 electric fields were all 144. And then in my storage I've got 200 seal and gas traps, 200 floor retractables, 200 sound walls, and 53 freeze traps. I've got a lot of traps. I've got a good amount of traps. And
I just recycled all the stuff that I just had from traps. I went from... I'm back up to 210 at the moment.
I mean, if I were to recycle, but I need my traps for my twine, because I want to get... right now I'm trying to get all my home bases to 10. I finished Stonewood. Now I'm on Plankerton, 8. And if I wanted to, I could finish them all. I'm just too lazy to do them all. Will, good for you, my guy. Put it in private and you'll be able to do it, so. Yeah.
Alright, I need to go and grab more. I need to put all my rockets in there. Didn't realize I was full in rockets.
Do you have any coal?
See, that's what everyone keeps asking all the time, and I'm like, sorry, but it's like, that is one thing I'm not willing to part.
We have a break in the action.
Not because it's not...
Another wave.
Not because I don't have coal. I do have coal, it's just that it's...
From the east.
Well, because it's harder to get. Well, it's not even that hard to get. If people wanted to, they could grind it out, but no one wants to grind out the ore. It's just too annoying to get.
No, not necessarily. I usually, when I play as... When I would play, I always farm resources, and I know where all that sits. So I usually would farm it, but I would waste a whole week farming about 1 or 2 or 3 stacks. And then I would run into a situation where people ask me for coal, and I'd be like, no, I'm good. I need it, because once I use it, I can waste a stack of coal in like 1 or 2 games. And as much as I spend about a week grinding it, I waste all of it within a good week, or within a day. Yeah, a week for it to be gone in a day, if I have to make rockets. And that's why I learned a long time ago that if you're gonna do coal, then for rockets, I mean...
Oh, for rockets, I just asked for blast powder. I don't even ask for the coal. I have so much blast powder.
Well, see, that's the thing. You need 1 coal makes 5 blast powder, but you need rough ore as well. And
that's another
thing is I could waste 40 of my coal right now and make a lot of blast powder, but thanks to all my high-level traps and high-level stuff, you don't really need blast powder for any high, like, 130 stuff, but once you drop it down to, like, the low-level stuff, it requires blast powder. So that's why I don't waste that's why I don't make low-level traps. I always try to make all my traps 130s, but again, I'm not going to use 130s on Stonewood. I'll just make tier 54 stuff, or tier... Yeah, if I'm ever in Stonewood making traps, the ones I always put down are the wooden 4 spikes, and I always make those 51s, because I always get... Because I have, let's see here, simple, is it? Yeah.
If I were to...
Because of the simple twine.
If I were to recycle all my traps that I have right now, I'd get 2k batteries, 5k efficient, 4k Fiberius herbs, 6.5k oxidized, 20k rough ore, 4.6k quartz, 18.8k planks, and 14.5k nuts and bolts, and a whole bunch of extra stuff. 2.8 carved. Like, I'd get a lot, and I somehow can carry it. I have 5,594 traps in my inventory, plus like an extra 1k in my storage. I like grinding out traps, and that's just, well, because then I don't have to do anything. And since I'm not a high enough level to do like good AFK builds, wait, excuse me, how's it getting hit? How the hell is it getting hit?
Because husks, they follow this. They usually will try to go up and around my whole base. They walk around. They
Oh,
try to
okay.
do some walk all the way around. Sometimes it gets hit. I usually have damage on some bases at times. It's because, like, again, I don't cover
Oh,
up
because yeah, look, they're getting on the roof. Yeah.
Well, see, well, they
Yeah, and
shouldn't
then
be
they
able to get down because if you look, I have gas. Oh, right there on top. That's
Oh.
where they're getting on.
Yeah,
The
somehow
top
they.
tip.
Yeah.
Oh, right here. This is where they're getting through. This one right here on top.
Oh, I see. You just
They've
build a wall there, and then you're good.
no, not really. I would just have to add traps up here if I wanted to, but I'm not too worried about it. It's not like a big deal because I'm not really going to be grinding.
Yeah, but like you'd have to put like 1 or 2 traps up here.
It's not even worth it, to be honest. I mean, I'm not trying to do the actual full endurance. I mean, we're already on way 13. I have all of my traps are going to last all the way to round 30 if I did, and even if they did get through, they don't. I mean, sometimes they don't ever spawn up there on that.
Yeah, I'll be right back. Are you streaming right now?
I don't stream on the days that I work.
Oh,
I've mentioned that so many times to people.
yeah. A lot of people don't know when you work though.
A
Do you
lot
have
of people
a
have been
schedule?
told throughout the last. My schedule's on my channel. It's always listed. You could go to my channel when I'm not streaming and go to where it says schedule.
I'm not on Twitch most of the time, so I'll check that now.
Yeah, when you go to Twitch and
Yeah,
Oh,
I
on
do
Twitch?
YouTube just because it's a lot easier. More people go to YouTube than Twitch.
as soon as,
There's a
yeah, as
lot
soon
of
as you
people
go
that
to Twitch about schedule. Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people go to Twitch for big streamers, and then for people that want certain different things like SSD help or whatever, or save the world stuff, they'll most likely go to YouTube.
Yeah, and I always tell people that if you're gonna watch Real Wolves play Save the World, be aware that I do not offer really YouTube videos that often, and when I do YouTube, it's only on
I stream
newer
on
games.
YouTube.
I don't really waste time posting content from Save the World onto YouTube because I look at it from the point of view that I've always said. If you want to go to YouTube and watch somebody do a video, as in if you really want to watch how to play a game on YouTube, why don't you go to my channel and watch when I'm streaming and learn how to play, because at that point you can actually get the advice than to go onto a YouTube channel and watch that video and just waste countless hours watching a video when you could be physically talking to the streamer and actually get the advice and go from there. And not to mention the other aspect is I could post a video to YouTube, but sometimes I'll post a video to YouTube and a month will go by and it'll only see like 5 views.
That's
Because
the
you're
thing.
not.
Stream on YouTube, name it some, and then when you do that, see, with me lately, what I've seen so far is that I've streamed on Twitch for 8 hours and then gotten maybe 10 to 15 views within that 8 hours. I stream on YouTube for 8 hours, I get 60, 70, 80 views for that time period. I get almost double the amount of views I do on YouTube than I do on Twitch for live streaming, at least. Save the world.
Well,
Other
I
games
get
that I've
that.
streamed, like Call of Duty or whatever, God of War, when I stream those, I do it on Twitch, and that's only because, well, I get more views for those types of games, or when I stream BR, I stream on Twitch for that, because those just get more views on Twitch. I've never really... And when I do search up Save the World people on Twitch, I find you at, like, the first, like, 3 or 4 people, and then after that, everyone's, like, literally just created their channel with the name Save the World something. And then they don't post videos, or they don't go live or whatever. That's what I'm saying. It's like, if you started off, like, if you haven't gotten so far in, Twitch with your 1K or whatever, and then if you had that 1K on YouTube, you'd still be growing a lot quicker at least on YouTube than you would be on
Well,
Twitch.
you gotta remember, is a difference. When I first started YouTube, I streamed every single. I did when I went to work. I would stream. If you want, you could check out my real channel, and you could see what I did on there. And it's got 98 videos. It has all my streaming. It has everything that I ever did for It's everything that I did for Fortnite. When I first started Fortnite back in March, I started there. I streamed on YouTube with OBS, and I streamed all my Fortnite stuff, all my Call of Duty stuff. I streamed all my RPG like RuneScape stuff. I have all my videos from my clips. I have Minecraft. I still have all my Black Ops 4. I have so many different times where I've streamed all my stuff, put it on YouTube, make the tags, post it, edit it, post it, put it on, and then other stuff that it's not edited, it's just because it was a live stream and I didn't want to go in and spend 8 hours dissecting every different section of the video to make to basically make sure that it looks right or anything. But when I went through, everything's on there, and all my videos that I streamed, it's been over 3 years, and most of those videos have never seen more than like 1 or 5 views.
Yeah,
and they
see,
have
like a
all
lot
the
of them
tag-
are like 1 year, and it's only like 40 to 60 views.
Well, when you stream something and it's 3 years old, and you put all the tags in, and you put the name in, and you put it like a really catchy whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is that it doesn't get any views. At the end of the day, when you're not getting views like that, and you stream something like that, that's telling me that something's just not right. Something is a little off with that. And it makes no sense for a streamer to be streaming on YouTube and nobody ever watch. I never have anybody ever watch me. Nobody ever watched me on YouTube. I checked all my feeds, and I don't think I had anybody supporting me on YouTube for the entire 8-month duration. So I gave up with YouTube, and I switched to Twitch. On my very first week of streaming Twitch, I ended up having over 52... I had almost 50 people watching me my very first time. And then, as I streamed for the first month, I gained my Twitch affiliate took me 1 month. I was able to go from 1 to 50 followers within the month, got my 50. By the end of Christmas, I had 100. And then after that, I switched over to Fortnite, and then I started streaming that ever since. And bottom line is that I just noticed that when I streamed on Twitch, I started getting follower after follower. I picked up subs. The moment I hit Twitch affiliate, and I was doing RuneScape at the time, I picked up 2 subs, and then again 2 more subs the next following month from the same people. And then when they asked me, why am I switching to like Fortnite? And when I told them I just needed to play other games, I've been playing RuneScape for like 19, 18 years, so I kind of feel like another game would be good. And then when I did that, those 2 people that did sub, they stopped subbing to me. And then I went to play other games, and then after a while, I started going from 100 followers to 200, then 200, finally made it to 300. Not last year, but last year's summer of 20, or maybe it was 2019. Yeah, it was last year's summertime. I went from 300. Within 1 month, I went from 300 to 500. And then from 500, I went all the way up to 760 by the time September rolled around. And that was between July, August, September. But within a month and a half, I gained another 250 some follows. And then by the time I hit roughly September, October, I got all the way up to 860, and then that was it. After I hit 860, 870, something happened during that month. And it was right around the time where I was leaving Save the World to go switch games to RuneScape that I started noticing every single day that I streamed RuneScape for 5 months, for 5 to 7 months straight. I gained over 100 follows during that block of time, so I should have been almost at 1,000, but throughout that entire 5, 6, 7 months that I was gone, I lost 100 follows and gained 100 follows. So I started noticing every day I would check my profile, I would have 3 follows gained, I lost 4 follows that next day. I would stream again, I would lose 3 follows, I would gain 5. and then I would lose 5 and gain 1, and then I would gain 6 and lose 3. It was just consistently, I was losing numbers and being steady where I was for exactly almost half a year. I finally was getting to a point where I was like, that's just pissing me off. So then I switched back to Save the World, and then within the first month, I go from 860 to 920. And then from 920, within another month or two, to 980. And from 980, finally to 1,000. So it made me think, did people just start unfollowing me because I stopped playing, because I just, stopped playing, Save the World? Was that the reason they just stopped watching me altogether? Was that the reason I kept losing so much? Because as soon as I returned, my numbers kept going back up.
Yeah.
So anyways, I couldn't understand that. So I made a choice. I said to myself, I can't just play one game. I want to play other games in the future. And if people are only going to watch me because of this, then, it sucks, but I'm going to, be playing other things. So I look at the hardship ahead and tell myself that, it is what it is. And when I finally decided to play Among the Trees, which is a new game, and it's in pre-alpha right now, like pre-beta. It's basically in early access. And I posted it. I did a hard mode speed run of it, and I beat the entire thing within a world record time. Somebody said that there's only 2 world records right now for the fastest time of beating the game. Somebody said they beat the game, but they only just played it in the sense of easy mode, which is just normal mode, not hard mode. They just did normal, and their terms of beating it was like 16 or 18 minutes. And I was like, they say the moment you beat the game, it's when you get the fishing pole and you catch your first fish. After that, you've beat the game. There's nothing left to do. And I'm like, that's not beating the game. Just because you catch fish doesn't mean you beat the game. Because, yeah, you eat something, but that's not beating the game. Beating the game is when you master it, when you finish everything, when you've gotten all the outfits, when you finish building your house, when you get all the, when you get all the craftables made. That's beating the game. I mean, if you want to talk about, maxing out everything, getting 100% in all your stuff. But he just made it sound like beating the game was when you get all your stuff into, when you just catch your first fish. Because after that, that's it. But here's the thing. Every time you play the game, all the spawn points of where all the locations where you can find all the blueprints are in the same place. So if you know where the house sits, you just predict where the locations are because the minimap is missing until you build the map. All you got to do is run to those areas within the first day that you play, and within 10 minutes you can find the blueprint. If it's a fishing rod, take it back, craft it, boom, done. Within 10 minutes you've already beat the game. That's what he's saying that he did. And for me, I don't think that's beating the game. I think beating the game is when you finish 100% of all unlockables. When you finally get all the possible things achieved done. And so I made my speed run based on that. And I did it on hard mode to make it even more difficult. Meaning, if you eat the wrong plant, if you don't cook your food, like he's making it sound like, oh yeah, if I cook, like I don't need to cook it. As long as I can catch fish, you beat the game. Because you don't die. That's not true. If you eat fish, raw fish, the wrong type of fish, or the wrong type of plant, or whatever, you get food poisoning. Once you start bleeding in hard mode, you can't stop it unless you have a crafting room made, and as long as you have a med kit. If you do not have a med kit, you bleed out, and then you die. And then the game starts over from your last checkpoint. And if you save, you are... Yeah. And I learned that the hard way. I did not realize once you start bleeding, if you don't have a med kit, you're done. You have to start all the way over again. I was like, oh, come on. Damn, I lost over an hour.
How long did it take you?
First time I tried it on hard mode, the very first time I did it on hard mode, I died within 20 minutes. And because the first plant that I ate was poisonous and I didn't know it. And so I was like, oh shit, I should have realized that was going to happen. It didn't do it on normal mode. In normal mode, it doesn't do it, but on hard mode, it does.
Yeah.
So,
Vibrant?
the fastest time I beat it, well, it should be on YouTube.
Yeah, I know it is. I'm not going to watch it right now at this present moment, but I'll watch
The
it.
world record time for mine is 2 hours, 15 minutes, 48.53 seconds. is the world record time for hard mode. So yeah, it's 2 hours and yeah. And then it's, in other words, all unlocked speed run of hard mode. So every possible thing. And then there's a guide that I created for Among the Trees a guide on how to find Chicory. And Chicory is it's just like a legendary plant. It's super rare in the game to find. It's so hard to get because when you're playing, it's like it's scattered all over. And I think what hard mode is like, I think hard mode makes all the items that you find in the game harder, because when I was playing it on hard mode, I definitely noticed that there was not a lot of plants. I felt like I would run over to locations that I normally had found Chicory, and I was like, wait, where's the plant? Or I don't know if in hard mode if they made food more scarce or the plants more scarce, because I was running around just looking for all that stuff, and I couldn't find it that easily. On normal mode, it was easier. Is that your friend or something, X Viper?
Yeah, X Viper was my friend.
Oh, he came in here twice, and then you both left. So
yeah, the first time he just wanted guns from me, so I just gave him a few, and then the second time I don't know what that was about. He insisted on buying $10 off of me from in-game items, because I had a whole bunch of extra sunbeams, so I sold him 5k sunbeam for $10.
My last stream I did for 9 hours.
Yeah.
Got 126 views. Been 2 days now.
Jeez, I get around 60 for streaming for like 3 hours. If I was to stream for another 8 hours, in which I don't really have the time for it to do. I mean, on weekends I do if I wake up early, and I just
that was just 2 days ago. I don't know how many views it got before 2 days, but I always check it like the day after.
If I were to do 2 days, then yeah, I'd probably get around 120.
Wait, what are you talking? No, I meant my last stream that I did that was 9 hours and 49 minutes, which was on. This is Tuesday, right? No, wait.
Today is
Friday.
Yeah, today's Friday.
Jeez,
it's still. Well, it's Saturday.
They were saying that that was 2 days ago, so they're referring to it on Thursday. So when I streamed on Thursday, between today technically, which is late Friday, I'm looking at it thinking, I got 126 views in only like literally 1 day. And my last video before that, here's something else. 3 days ago, 2 days ago, I have 2 streams, both from the same day. Tuesday, so Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday this week. The video that I did on Tuesday had 147 views, and it was a 12-hour, 19-minute live stream. And I got 147 views, and it's been 3 days. The stream I did the next day following that was 2 days, so that one got 77 views, and then now the one, just my last recent, is 140 or 126. And I've noticed, why was I getting all these views, and how am I getting all these views? I realized something, and that was because I started playing new games. I decided that I would start streaming brand new games and just making YouTube videos on it and play that content. Yeah. When I did that, that's when I started seeing all those views. So it was right after I played Among the Trees that all my videos started getting views.
No one's gonna, like, not no one, but not a lot of people are gonna go back and watch a stream. Some people will, for, like, getting better, but not a lot of people will. People go in and look at tutorials for a specific thing, or if you were to put timestamps in your description or whatever after you stream.
I take the highlight. I usually do highlights or something or whatever. Nobody ever goes back and watches my highlights. But
I'm saying, like, if you were kind of how you did your tutorials on whatever, retrieve the data or whatever. If you were to do just tutorials and like a live stream of just a tutorial, and then end live stream and then start it back up for a different subject, then people would go back and watch it because they don't have to search for like 3 hours, watch throughout the whole thing just to find what they wanted. because I'm
Well, I get where you're coming from. I get that, and I'm not
Because-
saying anybody would want to go back and watch 9 hours of somebody's stream. I'm just saying that people have actually click now on my recent videos to
We have a
view
break in
them.
the action.
Yeah,
And I
that's
don't
what
know
I'm
how
saying,
much-
and it's because it's a video, it's a new video game, because you're actually staying recent with whatever's going on. Because since what's the game called again?
Among the trees.
Among the Trees, yeah. Since it's a new
Among
game,
Trees.
since it's out in alpha, people are gonna start watching it. If you keep recording gameplay of it or streaming gameplay of it, people are
Right.
gonna go ahead and watch it because it's a brand new game. Fortnite Save the World, however, has been out for 2 years now. Not as many people are gonna watch it, mostly because there's already just short 2-minute tutorials on all of it. So people don't, like, if somebody wants to build a Stonewood Endurance, they just search it up on YouTube. They don't search it up on Twitch. They search it up,
that's
go
right.
on YouTube, and then they're gonna search it up. There's a 2-minute tutorial, 5-minute tutorial on it, and then that's all they gotta do. Instead of having to go throughout a few hours of recording, go through it themselves, search throughout it. Because with streams, nobody really watches it after the fact unless it's like they miss out on a live stream and somebody that's extremely dedicated to that channel. But just in general, tutorials just get more views, or that one specific video subject gets more views, not like if you had a big fan page or whatever, and you were to stream Among the Trees, and people were looking for gameplay for it. And it was like maybe a 30-minute stream, or it was like one live for whatever, 2 lives. People would probably go back and watch that. Or if it was a tutorial on how to survive something or what to do in the game. I don't know much about it, so I can't really tell you what it's about. But if you were to go and do that, then you'd get views on that. The way today's how do I word it?
Well, let me sum it up to you. For you, everything that you're saying right now, I'm fully aware of. I've taken all that into consideration many times. I know exactly where you're going. I know exactly where you're getting at. I've told Anna all the time that, my biggest problem is this. We may have the proper streaming equipment. We may have the proper, loadout. We may have the best, we have a good platform. We have everything we need, all the tools we need to make this stuff work. The problem we have is that people fail to do the editing part. And I said, look, I have the editing software. I have everything. I'm not saying
that's what I'm saying. You don't know how to.
No, I do know how to. That's not.
Okay.
We both know how to edit. That's not the point. We don't. I tell her I don't want to do it though. I want her to do it. She doesn't want to do it. Now she doesn't necessarily want to do it, but I don't want to do it. I've told people on my channel. I said, anybody here that enjoys editing, I would pay you to do it. If you wanted to do it.
I would
people
gladly
don't want to do
edit, but I don't have.
People don't want to do it
things for
because
it.
I even mentioned to somebody. I said, hey, look, I'll make you a deal. If, let's say, for example, I became a big YouTuber or something. If the reason I became a big YouTuber is because the person who does all my editing is the one making the money, I'll give you 50% of it. I don't care. I don't necessarily care. If you want half of whatever I make because you're the one doing all the editing and I'm doing all the streaming, then gladly I'll pay it. Because quite honestly, I'm generous. But at the end of the day, I've said that so many times in all my streams throughout the last 2 years, nobody wants it.
I mean,
Nobody wants to
by the end of the year, my godfather's sick right now, so I'm unable to. But by the end of the year, so I would
gladly say
I would gladly do editing for you because I find it very enjoyable.
So there we go.
I would just have to get a little bit better at it because, well, I haven't edited in 2 years now because, well, my PC broke down a long time ago and it's a little bit outdated, and I'd have to get used to today's editing softwares or whatever. Because if I do edit, it's pictures or profile.
Let me just put it this way:
whatever.
if you were to go to my YouTube channel right now, the Real Wolves one, Everyone
Yeah, I'm on
that's
it. I'm
in
on the
that
page right now.
anything that's on YouTube, all those videos are actually my edits.
Yeah.
They were not. So they were actually my actual edits. Now I usually tell people all the time. I even told Anna, who's my girlfriend, I said, look, I am not gonna go out of my way to make really damn good edits. I'm not gonna try to make everything look perfect, because what makes a good streamer is not because he has an awesome video, like everything is so perfect. I would rather people, see how I am right now, like as a streamer, just coming into the editing part. I say to everybody, I will get better at my edits, but I want people to see the videos that go from not such good edits to slowly over time the videos get better and better and better, because then they can see actual progress. And that is something that some people like to see in their streamer or in the video content creator. Yeah, and that in itself is where I told Anna, and I said, look, I will eventually make my videos look perfect as they grow, as I grow as a streamer. But the problem is, I don't want to go out of my way to make it so fucking perfect for nobody to ever watch the video. Because why waste 10 hours extra on a video that we are already good to go on, because she wants to add all these teasers or all these memes or all these additional things. And I'm like, Anna, we don't have any viewers yet. We don't have... there's hardly anybody watching, and every time I do post all that, nobody ever watches.
Yeah, there's no point to putting hours into editing. Do regular edits, plain old edits, just to make the video look clean, not professional like you're somebody with
she wants to go that extra length to do it. She thinks it'll be more entertaining.
I could understand if it's going on her channel and whatever, she could do that with her channel, but for example, for your channel, if you don't really care about that, then so be it. Well, let that be yours. Then again, you can also use that extra time instead spend an hour on editing and then use the extra 9 hours of recording gameplay, recording something
see, that's
else.
Exactly the way I worded to her, and I said, now look, there's a difference here. We have her channel, my channel. Her channel's not necessarily that big. My channel's not that big. I mean, granted, I only have 28, 29, subs, but that's not the point. Again, when I do editing, if I'm going to put the time in to edit, I really do want, if I have 1,000 follows on Twitch, it would be, in my best benefit, like I've said to all my followers, if I was to average 10 to 20, maybe 30 people watching me on maybe a weekly basis, meaning I get on and I stream one day, I know that person may not be on that day because I know that maybe they're gone or maybe they're doing other things, but if I could average 10 to 30 people every single time I'm streaming, just like some people, they have only, say, 10,000 follows, but they have, on a day-to-day basis, at least 100, between the 50 to 100 mark on a day-to-day basis. Some people, they don't even have 1,000 followers yet, but they average on a day-to-day basis between 10 and 50, and they maintain that. So when you have a streamer that's only got 1,000 follows or more, and he never gets over 5, that's kind of, something's weird about that. That doesn't make sense for a streamer that's that is offering all this help, all this assistance, that type of gamer, or an educational streamer, or whatever. Something's off about that. Something's a little weird here.
Yeah.
And I can't figure it out. And I told Anna, I don't know. I don't have the answer for it. There are other streamers out there that are just like me, who are, I don't care if you're a furry, I don't care if you're a streamer, I don't care if you're into sports, I don't care what genre type you're into, I don't care if other people think that, maybe they say, you're a furry, I don't want to watch a furry play games. You know what? There are furry streamers that I watch and I support, and they have thousands, hundreds of thousands of people following them, and they on a daily basis have over 1,000 views. Always watching. They have no problem. And you make it sound like I would never get off the ground, but they can do it, then I should be able to do it too. I'm not using that item, but the point is that when I'm posting videos on YouTube and on Twitch, I always tell people, if you want to see me make better content, support me. Support me, and I will make a better attempt at making better content for you guys. I cannot waste time making better content if you're not going to watch it. So why should I waste time to make videos if you're not going to watch my videos? You don't even watch me on YouTube. You don't even subscribe. I check all my, every single time I promote it on my channel. I actually have my YouTube open, and I can check, and nobody ever goes in. So I just think in my mind, you know, why is he? What's that for?
X, he doesn't need it. He crafts those.
I have every schematic in the game, bro. Thanks though.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, he finished the game. Basically.
Oh.
Almost.
Oh, I donated my whole inventory to somebody.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, I recently just said, you know what? What I'm gonna start doing is taking videos that I get. So whenever I stream new content, I'm not gonna go full overboard. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start taking new games that come out. I'm going to play them, and then I'm gonna stream them, and then I'm going to make videos based on those and moving forward. Because right now, Fortnite is just too pop. It's just too. There's just too many people doing it. If, in order for me to get any chance, I need to take the newer games that are coming out and make the switch now and start streaming those. Regardless if that means I lose time playing Save the World, that's fine. Because as long as it does better for me...
A lot of people that are playing Save the World or that are watching your videos are probably people under the age of 16. Not a lot of older people that actually would watch small streamers are under.
By the way, hold on a
under
second.
16.
X, what's that for? Why you dropped it on my floor?
What?
All that rough word that you dropped, I was wondering who it was for.
I don't care. Take it. I don't care.
Take some. Yeah, I can't even hold.
I don't want it.
It's like snowballs. It's like I got snowballs in my hand. But yeah, no, it's just how I feel. So like I said before, I mean, I've mentioned so many times, I told Anna, she didn't have a job. She wasn't working at the time. I told her, I will pay you. I don't care if you're my girlfriend. I'll pay you to do it if you will treat this like a job. And she said, she starts to do it, and then right after about a couple days, she would always get something in her mind where she's like saying, well, you know, I'll do it tomorrow. I promise. She'll put in like 30 minutes to an hour, and then she'll just stop, and then she'll
With
forget
editing,
about it.
I'm not. If I were to edit, when I edit, I could sit there
They keep it.
for. Oh, something's happening over here. What the hell?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Oh, never mind. There's just a whole. Oh no, it's that tornado thingy came through. That's what. I was confused on why all of these started taking damage.
Yeah, it usually happens, but they never get through.
Yeah, I know. When I used to edit for other people, because I used to make a little bit of money off of editing for other people too. When I had the equipment for it, I used some like free softwares or whatever. I would sit there for hours just streaming for like 3 different people at the exact same time, and not coming out half bad, to be completely honest, for not spending that much time on it. Now that I'm streaming on, now that I'm not streaming on PS4, that I'm streaming on PS4 or whatever, and I don't have a laptop or whatever to edit my video clips, and like, if I were to transfer it to a USB drive or to a hard drive to a laptop, it comes out laggy or sketchy or something like that. And so,
Hey, you got any traps?
yeah, I do.
I gave you all my traps.
You didn't give me all your traps. I traded for them.
Yes, I did. Oh yeah.
Anyway,
but
but yeah, it's extremely, like, I find editing extremely fun to do, just because of all the choices you get to do. You can turn something into someone saying hi into something hilarious or cool to look at. It's just so cool. You can do with editing. You can make anything happen. And I have a very good imagination. And that comes into play when I can actually use it. Because I'm not that good at drawing. I'm good at computer art, not actual drawing. I'm better with a mouse and keyboard than I am with paper and pencil. I do extremely good in those types of things. And honestly, I could be making money right now if I had my PC, but I gotta wait for that. So, yeah. What were you saying,
Oh, I
Viper?
get it. Oh.
That's why you want to stay
Oh, were you saying, Wolves? He stopped talking for some reason. He said, I get it.
I mean, no, I get where you were getting at, what you're saying. I mean, it's everybody has a different preference. I mean, everyone's good at like something else. Like you're good at that. I'm good at, I'm good at more so education, teaching, explaining, working at it.
I'm better at just doing the work, and it just depends on what type of work. If it's technology, I'm extremely good at that, taking things apart, putting them back together, fixing anything really to do with either builds. Like when I was extremely young, at like 4 or 5, I was doing like 500-piece puzzles, 600-piece puzzles, and then when I was
2,000-piece puzzles.
yeah, I started doing
my
that.
sister,
I started doing that when I was 9. I completed my first 20,000-piece puzzle when I was, I think, like 10 or 11. One of those.
My sister
two.
and me, we were.
I've always been good at putting things together, and so I started getting these things called creation crates, and they literally just send me a little bit of technology or whatever, so I can code it. I could put it together, all the wiring, and then on top of that, do the coding for it, and I get knowledge of getting to know how to do those types of things, which I find really cool because, well, now I know how to code more. I was already good at coding because, well, I just liked messing with my games, and yeah.
Well,
and then
I would tell you something that I was patenting and inventing, but then again, I wouldn't be able to say it without knowing that nobody else could hear this invention. Because growing up, I spent a lot of time not just budgeting, not just thinking about budgets and all that, but I'm also, with my creative mind, I'm also an inventor of ideas. And I grew up playing chess, and I thought about how to create a really awesome chess game. And I've seen a lot of chess boards, and I've seen a lot of different types of chess out there, but this chess design, I thought was just going to blow people's minds if I could invent it. And I came up with the board, and I came up with the design, and I came up with the, I thought about just what I want it to be. So when people play it, I would want to put people's chess skills to the ultimate test. And it would be